Having had a number of years where we had some serious internal challenges and difficulties, we have done a lot of work to try and improve our investment climate and business environment.
Informal business have a lot of disadvantages, and it is just like hand to mouth.
When you are formal, you are protected. You have so many opportunities. You have so many facilities. You can access loans from the bank. You can go into contact with somebody. If somebody owes you, you can sue that person to court.
Since the launch of the RABI program in 2004, the World Bank Group and its partners have been working with the government of Sierra Leone and the private sector to make the country's business environment more favorable to enterprise formation, job creation, and private investment.
The flagship reform in terms of success stories is the business registration.
When we tried to register a business in 2005, in those days you had to go to see a solicitor, you had to go to the tax office, you had to go, there are so many steps.
Legislative reform to the Company Act and creation of a one-stop shop for business registration have helped to simplify business startup procedures.
In 2007, the Business Startup Registration Act was passed, and it scaled down the procedures to start a business.
In those days, even before you started trading, you were billed every quarter. I don't know how the tax was calculated, but you had to pay, otherwise you lost your registration. Now this is different. You don't have to do that anymore.
Before, people have to go and come, go to one entity, come back, go to another entity, come back before they finally register their business. But now it can be done in one office.
So this time when we wanted to register our brand name for Moringa, which is more vigor, we thought, oh my goodness, we have to go through all of this again. But we were pleasantly surprised. We went in there and everybody had their own desk and everybody knew what was what, and you went from one stage to the other. Registering a business in Sierra Leone has improved greatly. The time you need to register a business has become much shorter.
We are seeing the benefits of that reform in as far as the numbers of entities that are registering companies and other business types are increasing year by year. However, there's a lot more that needs to be done. One of our key limitations has been that our business registration center is centralized in Freetown.
They have to make sure they have offices all over the district headquarters town, apart from coming to Freetown.
The flip side is that business registration means taxation. And what they're finding is that the tax authorities are a little bit arbitrary in how they go about their taxing.
The program has also worked with the National Tax Authority to simplify income and business taxes in Sierra Leone, which suffers from one of the lowest tax collection rates in the world.
Nobody paid correct taxes on time. Nobody submitted their returns on time. Nobody cared about the revenue officer.
To broaden the tax net and increase compliance, income tax returns were streamlined, accompanied by a nationwide taxpayer awareness campaign. The greatest impact on tax revenues, achieved in collaboration with DFID and the IMF, came with the introduction of the Goods and Services Tax.
GST was a very different kind of reform. It really was about two things. One is about consolidation of taxes. We consolidated about 7 taxes into one. Two was also, it was about raising revenue for government because there are too many leakages in the economy. And again, we're definitely seeing the benefits of that. GST is making a strong contribution to overall government revenue.
However, for many unfamiliar with the new tax, there was some initial backlash.
Before, when somebody buys anything, you say GST, or we say you stay with your GST, I got my money. They don't buy at all. But now at least we explain to them the benefit. And we are not ripping them off. We are only collecting this money on behalf of the government.
Advocacy efforts for GST and other reforms have been supported by the Sierra Leone Business Forum, a platform for public-private dialogue on key business issues.
They are like a bridge between we and the government. They always advocate on our behalf in terms of business. If we are getting any difficulties, like before the GST, it was very difficult for them, even with the government, to penetrate through. But through the business forum, they break that gap.
These reforms are also helping to restore investor confidence in Sierra Leone, providing strong support to the country's investment promotion activities.
What we were suffering from is the international community had misconceptions. All they thought about was Sierra Leone in terms of blood diamonds, in terms of what happened during the war.
Following an international trade and investment forum held in London in 2009, the Sierra Leone Investment Promotion Agency has been geared towards turning investor inquiries into active investments in targeted sectors.
Sleeper has been a success story. Not only are we seeing increased interest in Sierra Leone from international investors, but the quality of the investors is improving. 5 years ago, we tended to attract fly-by-nighters, small players, etc. Now we're attracting internationally recognized companies that want to operate in Sierra Leone.
As an institution, we've received tremendous support from the IFC, from the start to where we are.
Still, many entrepreneurs operating informally in Sierra Leone face additional barriers to formality.
As an informal businesswoman, I'm not satisfied, but because of lack of finance, I can only manage this one.
We need to be a bit more focused in tackling some key agenda issues which were not featuring in RABI. Access to energy did not feature in RABI. Access to finance, a critical issue, did not feature in RABI.
Although the RABI program ended in 2010, the World Bank Group and its partners continue to support the government and the private sector in their ongoing efforts to rebuild business and investment in Sierra Leone.
Reform is about improvement, and improvement really is a continuous process.
It's good. We're getting there.